Coming up in the morning edition, North Abaco Member of Parliament updates on port, the Prime Minister to address the nation for the third time this year, and it's Monday. Let's touch base with the Northern Service. It's a brand new week and a brand new day. Make the best of it. I'm LaDawn Davis, and welcome to the Morning Edition. Let's get a glimpse of how things are shaping up out there weather-wise from Basil Dean, our chief meteorologist. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. We'll get you started with our ZNS Tower Cam, and it's showing patchy clouds out there. And will that continue during the course of today? Well, stay tuned. The details are all coming up later in the newscast. But as we go to our satellite picture, the National Hurricane Center is monitoring an area of cloudiness just to the north and east of the Bahamas. This area has about a 60% chance of developing into a subtropical or even a tropical cyclone over the next 24 to 48 hours. The good news is it will be moving towards the north and east and away from the Bahamas, but a troughing out of that will fire pockets of showers and thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas today. Outside of our studios, partly cloudy skies, temperatures 73 degrees, relative humidity 88%, and northerly winds at 2 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,015.3 millibars, that's 29.98 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning, we're picking up some 76s in Marsh Harbour, Abaco, Greentoll, Key and Abaco, also Freeport in Grand Bahama at 76, the Berry Island 77, 78 in Allenstown, Bimini, 76 in Harper Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera, Otterstown, Cat Island, as we take you into Staniel Key, 75, 75 also in Kemps, Bayside, Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. In San Salvador and Rum Key, 76 degrees, 77s in Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay at 78, 78 in Acklands, Matchetown, and Agua, 79 degrees, the Turks and Caicos Island also at 79 degrees. And your boating forecast for today, for all areas, we're going to have an easterly flow at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. High tide, that takes place at 8:38 this morning, the low tide at 2:42 this afternoon. That's going to do it for your first look at weather, the morning edition. Stay tuned, your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. And now for the Bahamas First traffic report with Jimonita Swain and drone pilot Ashley Whitney.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
But a large group is utilizing the strip for a special race this morning. Hyatt is actually engaged in a 5K run walk this morning. So to tell us more about it and what you need to know as you make your way on your morning commute, we now turn to Sergeant Jerome Thompson of the Police Traffic Division. Good morning, Sergeant Thompson.
Good morning to you. Good morning, Bahamas.
Now, for much of the morning, we've seen runners just slide past us, and we've noticed some cones and traffic officials here on the Cable Beach Strip. But how has, I guess, modifications been made to accommodate these runners out here this morning?
Well, as you mentioned, you can see the cones that are erected. The runners are leaving from the Malaya Hotel, and they're going right in the area of the Bahamas Development Bank, and they are returning to this location at the Malaya. As you can see, we have the most northern lane, eastbound lane. We have the runners utilized in that area, and they're traveling east in that area, and they're returning back to their location at the Malaya using that same thoroughfare.
So basically we see also traffic police posted, so as motorists make their way in this area, they need to be mindful not to go into that lane. That's definitely why the cones are there, but to be mindful of the other persons exercising on the strip regularly themselves.
Yes. Yes, we have traffic officers dealing with that traffic as we speak. And for residents that would normally use the strip to exercise, we would advise the pedestrians. They have in my opinion, they have a larger account to be mindful of the traffic rather than the vehicular traffic. Because as you well know, you never see a vehicle lying in the hospital or dead somewhere. So we need we need pedestrians to pay more attention. Always walk facing traffic, always wear light clothing.
Well, thank you so much. At least 500 runners or so out here participating in Hyatt's 5K run. That's going to be on at least until about 8:30 this morning. So if you do have to use the Cable Beach Strip, you want to be mindful that that race is taking place at this hour. Back to you in studio, LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Anita. Now on to our top story this morning. Residents in North Abaco, Cooperstown specifically, continuing to wait on government approval to open the new port in that area. The Export-Import Bank of China funded the multi-million-dollar project in Cooperstown, with China Harbor Engineering Company building the port near the Little Abaco Bridge. Member of Parliament for North Abaco, the Honorable Darren Henfield, told our news team that the port is still awaiting final government approval.
We are really looking for a company, we think, for the first time in the history, that we would put a government port into private hands and allow them to run it and to turn profits that the government can pay off for the cost of developing the port. The cabinet has not yet determined who that company will be or who those persons will be.
Any contenders?
There are some contenders. We're talking to people all the time. I am specifically talking to people. There's the original group out of North Abaco, led by a group of North Abaconians that we had very high hopes for. There are other people now who are looking at it. We need to find a way to get it open and to make it viable. The port can't just be continuing to sit there.
The Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, Prime Minister, will deliver his third report to the nation tonight at 8 p.m. According to an Office of the Prime Minister's statement, Prime Minister Minnis will update the public on matters related to land reform, the environment, energy reform, general infrastructure, and digital transformation or modernization. The report will highlight major reform efforts underway to digitize and modernize government services and the implementation of a system to clear the land application backlog and restructure the application process for Crown land. Monday's national report will air right here on the ZNS television and radio networks at 8 p.m. tonight. The National Association of Licensed Practical Nurses, otherwise known as NALPN Bahamas, celebrated its first-year anniversary with a service and award ceremony Saturday at the Paul Farquharson Conference Center at police headquarters. The theme for this year's celebration was Rising Against All Odds. President of the NALPN Bahamas branch, Muriel Lightbourne, gave opening remarks.
As we celebrate our first anniversary under the theme Rising Against All Odds, I am encouraging my colleagues to rise up. Indeed, nursing is evolving, and we as trained medical nurses want to remain relevant. We have to rise against all odds.
EMS Week runs from May 19th to May 25th. We know the work of emergency medical services is vital to the survival of many. Here to tell us what EMS Week is about are Mr. Leon Morris, National Emergency Medical Services, and Lindsay Turncrest of Doctors Hospital Health Systems. Welcome to the Morning Edition.
Good morning.
So talk to us a little bit about how many pre-hospital care providers are there in the Bahamas.
There are about a little over 100 pre-hospital care providers. That is inclusive of Grand Bahama and Abaco. So there's a little over 100.
And are there any specially trained, persons to actually save our lives?
Definitely, Dawn. We have persons trained from the very most basic life-saving techniques to the most advanced as far as pre-hospital care is concerned.
And why are we celebrating EMS Week?
EMS Week is really an opportunity to get the community involved, making sure that they recognize who the pre-hospital providers are in their community. We live here, we grew up here. Why not allow us to get to know each other personally? So it's just an opportunity to partnership with the community and recognize the hard work that we do.
And what are some of the activities planned for EMS Week?
Well, today we're starting off with a school visit at the Marjorie Davis Institute for Special Education. We're going to follow that up on Tuesday with a visit to the Good Samaritan Home. And then we're looking forward to our game night, to Mario's Bowling, a social event that we're inviting all of the public to come through and just spend some time with us. And Friday, the big day, R.M. Bailey Park, we're going to be doing our T-shirt and fire safety. That's an opportunity for the community to get a free blood glucose check, blood pressure check. Come and get some questions answered if you have anything you want to know about the EMS profession.
Okay, well, Leon and Lindsay, thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and best of luck on EMS Week.
Thank you.
Dawn.
Okay. We're going to take a break now, but when we return, we're going to take a trip down to Cat Island, but way out of Grand Bahama. All that and more when the Morning Edition comes right back.
Look, it's simple. Fidelity can consolidate all your bills with their debt consolidation loan. Give you one monthly payment and money in your pocket.
So let me get this straight, Miss Financial Coach. You say something about cash in my pocket?
Yes.
And a savings plan with 5% interest? Wow, finally! A bank that's looking out for me. What do you want me to sign?
That's not all. We also offer competitive interest rates and free financial coaching.
Miss Fidelity, you ain't hear me. Where do I sign?
Tune in this Monday, May 20th at 8 p.m. as Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis presents his third and final national report to the nation for 2019. Join Prime Minister Minnis as he updates the nation on matters related to land reform, the environment, energy reform, general infrastructure, and the digital transformation and modernization of the modern-day Bahamas. This Monday, May 20th at 8 p.m. on this television station.
It's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
Buddy Hield and the Kings have their...
Buddy Hield seemed to be having the best season of his career. He had 32 points the other night. It was a bit disappointing, Shawnee Miller not winning the IAAF World Female Athlete of the Year. The high school rankings will soon be out. Tabernacle, the defending champion, CC Sweeting, they are always there. Who will it be this year? Each Monday on 1540 AM and 104.5 FM, it's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
What you cooking? Something good.
Welcome, Bahamas, to What You Cooking. Are you ready to shop for the What You Cooking show today?
Something good.
So we're going to make a sweet potato pancake. And you start with a breakfast that's filled with fiber, protein. Then you get those nutrients that will carry you throughout the day.
What you cooking? Something good.
Morning show because I'm a Bahamian and I would like to know what's going on in my country. Watch the morning show because I want to know what's going on for the day or whatever.
Welcome back to the Morning Edition. The little ones are not the only ones interested in spelling bees. Our Northern Service correspondent, Jamila Mizik, tells us all about it.
17 precious pearls competed in the Cat Island Development Association's 5th annual Senior Spelling Bee. This year, the competition had all female participants aged 60 and older. After 20 rounds of spelling, Mary Gray emerged the winner. Gray has Cat Island heritage and says she found out about the contest when a member of the association suggested that she participate.
And when I decided to do it last week when Miss Thurston was by my office, and I said, you know, this would be a fun thing to do. That was like my motivation because the senior citizen thing was like, you know, this is an interesting thing for senior. It'll be fun. So, okay, I'll do it.
Second place finisher, retired nurse Shirley Carey, says her 2 daughters helped her to prepare the night before the competition. She says growing up, spelling was her favorite subject, and she even won a few spelling bees in her younger years.
It was so much fun when I entered the contest. I didn't enter to win. I just wanted to be a part and to meet people and to, you know, get your brain in gear. And I'm so stunned that I got this far, and I give it all the glory to God. Yeah, it's such a great feeling. Yep, and definitely next year I will come back.
Spelling Bee chairperson Verdell Thurston says there are so many talented seniors that should be highlighted in the community. She's encouraging other seniors to participate in next year's competition.
I wanted to say to them, age is only a number. We had from ages 60 to 78. And one of the persons who was in her 70s, I think there were two of them that held out until just before the end. I am so very proud of them. And it shows how you can keep your mind sharp if you continue to work with words. And so all persons who might feel like if they're over 70, they're out of that category, that's not true. I think at that stage, you're probably just beginning to get even sharper.
Loquacious is the winning word.
Loquacious.
Loquacious. Loquacious. Loquacious.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
Great story there, Jamila. Hair Appeal pop-up is definitely trending. Every month, this brand hosts women-centric events at their lounge. This month, the idea is to give upcoming Bahamian businesses a platform to showcase. Lakeisha Outen, brand manager, Hair Apparel, is here with us this morning to enlighten us. Lakeisha, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us a little bit about how does this pop-up work?
Okay, so basically, Hair Appeal, we're a beauty experience store, and every other month we do free events. So this month, we decided why not have a pop-up where we have other vendors just come and display their brands.
And who are the targeted participants?
So we have actually 10 female-owned businesses that are going to be participating. We're going to have Sleek International, who's doing a live demo. Then we have a collection called Belly Naked. She's showcasing her summer clothes. And then we actually have a vendor all the way from Freeport that's coming into town just for the end. And then Hair Appeal is offering a 25% off store-wide for the pop-up. And actually Sage, I don't know if you heard, but they are going to be doing live pasture during this event.
And who actually inspired this pop-up initiative?
So like I said, we're a beauty brand and we just want to work with women in the community. So we just decided that for this event, we just wanted to showcase our brand and partner with other female businesses in the Bahamas.
And when and where will the event
It's going to be at our hair store. It's located in Palmdale, Rosetta Street, specifically next to John's Shoe Store. You can't miss it. You'll see a big sign. Sorry.
Lakeisha, it was a pleasure having you here with us on the Morning Edition, and best of luck on your pop-up initiative.
Thank you so much for having me here.
When we come back, we will see what Charles Fisher is up to with sports.
This is a PSA from We Buy, You Sell. The protection of your businesses, homes, and families is very important. We Buy, You Sell offers the best in hurricane impact windows and doors designed to withstand all categories of hurricanes, with prices beating our competitors by up to 50%. We also specialize in porcelain, mosaic, and plank tiles. We Buy, You Sell, located at number 163 Robinson Road. Call 677-2856 or 324-6427. We Buy, You Sell. Come and see us today.
Explore the world of agriculture with us. Join me, your host, Carla Palmer, for continued adventures in agriculture and the marine environment as we head into Season 2 of the program, Agriculture Now. That's Agriculture Now, moving to a new date and time, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m., right here on the ZNS Television Network.
For the latest news and highlights in Bahamian culture, tune in to the new Junkanoo 242, Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on the ZNS Radio and Television Network. Radio Bahamas 1540 a.m. on 104.5 FM and TV 13. Each week, host Arlene Nash Ferguson and Darren Bastian engages listeners with some of the movers and shakers of Junkanoo and Bahamian culture. Don't miss Junkanoo 242, Saturday at 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on the ZNS Radio and Television Network.
What I love most about working for the Bahamas Tonight is that we don't only focus on New Providence. We cover the entire Bahamas. We have a team here in the Northern Bahamas that is ready to bring you the stories, the people, and the news that matter to you. From point A to Z, from covering hurricanes to elections and everything in between.
morning, everybody. What a way to start it off this week here on a Monday morning here from the Hyatt at Bahama. We have some executives in. They are taking advantage of our beautiful weather and our calm streets, and they're having a 5K run this morning. To tell us more about it is Marcel Major. He's the president of the Bahamas Roadmasters. And Marcel, how did this come about, and what is this all about?
Well, Charles, good morning, Bahamas. What happened is the Bahamas Roadmasters have a website, and the Hyatt, the Workday group reached out to us. They sent us an email inviting us to try to see if we can plan the race for them. They heard about the race that we did for the Buckeye in February, and they reached out to us, and here we are. We executed the race for them this morning.
How many competitors?
We anticipated about 550, but we ended up with about 400.
And they went through the streets, and everybody seemed to be having a fun time. And some took it competitive.
Yeah, some took it competitively. The first runner came in at about 17 minutes, 3 miles. It was a 5K, 17 minutes. The race ran, it went from here, from Malia, straight around to the roundabout there at Malia, and it came down by the Bahamas Development Bank and back 3 miles.
And it seems like persons are taking advantage of the Bahamas Roadmasters, organizing events for them, and coming into the Bahamas here to run these races in what we call the best country in the world.
It's the best country in the world and the best long distance running club in the Bahamas. The Bahamas Roadmasters are excited to pull off these events, and as you can see, we did it in grand style again this morning.
Any more in the future?
Our big race is coming up in November 24th. That's the Bahamas Half Marathon. But on June 7th, that's Labor Day morning, we're expecting our Midnight Madness run, 12:01 in the midnight.
And tell us more about this race. How far back was this organized?
Actually, this race, we started executing the plans for this race about 3 weeks ago. The company reached out to us, and we put together all the logistics, the police, the ambulance. It's a task, but as Bahamas Roadmasters do, this is what we do, and we try to pull it off as best as we can.
Another successful organization by the Bahamas Roadmasters, so stay tuned for much more of this. They're on the website. Don't forget, coming up later on this year, they have lots of events, so stay tuned. Go on the website, and you'll see exactly what Bahamas Roadmasters has to offer. But this morning was all about the Hyatt executives, and they were very pleased with the way things turned out. Back to you guys in the studio.
Right here, man. Oh, not the cool one.
Busted! Busted! Don't you know you guys are breaking the law by not using your seat belts?
Man, Charlie, man, I'm using my seat belt.
Wrong!
The seat belt is not for opening your alcoholic drink. It is for saving lives. And by the way, for those of you who continue to drink and drive, we're on the lookout for you too.
Hi, I'm Stuart Cove, and for many years, I've taken pride in introducing young Bahamians and international visitors to the wonders of our Bahamian underwater world. Our marine ecosystem helps to keep our tourism industry and fisheries sector healthy and lucrative. We must all do our part in protecting it for future generations. And that is why I ensure our staff and customers are taught about the importance of coral reefs. I do this and more to protect our underwater life because I care. Do you?
What I love most about working for the Bahamas tonight is that we don't only focus on New Providence. We cover the entire Bahamas. We have a team here in the Northern Bahamas that is ready to bring you the stories, the people, and the news that matter to you. From point A to Z, from covering hurricanes to elections and everything in between.
In our final look at weather, the National Hurricane Center is monitoring this area of disturbed weather just to the north and east of the Bahamas, and they're giving it a 60% chance of becoming either a subtropical or tropical cyclone within the next 24 to 48 hours. However, it is expected to move north and east and away from the Bahamas. However, a troughing of that system will fire pockets of showers and thunderstorms over parts of the northwest Bahamas today. And our forecast for today calls for periods of clouds and sunshine with pockets of showers and thunderstorms. High temperature today reaching 85 degrees. Tonight, we are looking at much improved conditions as we anticipate partly cloudy conditions. Temperature a little bit milder as it gets down to about 71 degrees tonight. And your extended weather forecast over the next 7 days, the weather getting pretty good over the next couple of days heading into Wednesday, but come Thursday, middle of the week, we expect some more showers to develop back in our forecast area. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. That's it for us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. for more Morning Edition. Once again, I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a great day, everyone.